Okay, so we are here with the final cassettes. And I think this is it. We'll do this. We'll do the final mission, 50. And then I did find out, and then we're actually going to watch, which I already have loaded, ready to go. Episode 51, that's what it was. And episode 51 was released with the collector's edition. That's what it was. So that's why I don't have access to it. And I was curious. I was like, well, how the hell did it even get on YouTube in the first place? And it's because of the collector's edition. And it was basically them, like, as a bonus to the people who bought the collector's edition, this was the unfinished content. There was, I watched one video that was talking about a little bit of, it was I think a Twitter thread. And you could tell people, like the question they're asking is like, why is it unfinished? And they're like, Metal Gear is, the ending to this is not unfinished. It's not hidden. And the person's like, well, Mission 51 says otherwise. It's like, that's not the ending to the game. And they're right. They're right. The ending to this game is specific. Is the two that we witness essentially, which is beating Sahelanthropus, and then Eli taking it. That is, it's a little weird because, well, if there's a thing where Eli takes it, that needs resolved, right? I think it's semantics, where it's like, well, the ending of the game is like, fuck off. Like nobody has time for that. Another thing was it said it led, they commented how this is a prequel and leads into Metal Gear. Yeah, but the ending with Eli doesn't lead into Metal Gear. That leads into Metal Gear Solid. Liquid is not in Metal Gear or Metal Gear 2, which again, we'll read the wiki. I'm not going to read it in this one. This is just to wrap up this. I'm going to read the wiki as its own part, as like a prequel, because I'm not going to play Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2, but as a prequel to leading into the Metal Gear Solid LP. All right, here it is. The man who sold the world.
Don't you die on me, damn it! BB's dropping!
Intubate, now!
Clear!
Well, he's stabilized, but it took too long. He's in a coma.
What about him?
He took some shrapnel to the head.
Now, I'll just say it now. There is a finesse to withholding information. I can't actually remember if I talked about this in a previous one. I feel like I did. There's a finesse to withholding information from a viewer, somebody who's experiencing a story, reading, watching a movie, a game. I don't remember if I had a problem with this actually in the beginning, but thinking about it now, it's like I don't. Because they're showing you everything and walking you through this from the perspective of your person. And what happens at the end of this, your person never witnessed at all. So them not showing this to you until the end, I think is actually perfectly acceptable, because you're supposed to be witnessing this game from this person's perspective, and the car crash you get into, you're unconscious for, so you don't witness what happens. But this is just them showing you what we essentially already know. Metal Gear, you don't fight Big Boss. Now this
is you, as you've lived until this day.
This was good.
I'm going to change your appearance. We have no other choice.
I appreciated this twist the first time I saw it. So originally you think you're Big Boss, and you create an avatar for your online appearance, which secretly was actually just how you actually looked. And then when they gave you surgery, they actually turned you in to Big Boss.
Healed nicely.
Not the other way around.
To tell you the truth, these
And
bandages
that
were more for your protection.
I
to hide
really
you
fucking
from those
liked.
who want you dead.
And then you never knew it from the start. You thought they were showing you who you were. And you little did we know that never Big Boss. Oh fuck, I didn't know it actually had my name on there because I said that's even amazing. What did I do last time with it? Now we're Big Boss.
Everything feels all right.
That's That's it's so good. It's so good. I like how when you do actually equip that XOF outfit on her in the gameplay, she doesn't have that hair. She has her ponytail. Boom. So, if we were never Big Boss in the first place, who's this gentleman who's been also waiting here 9 years for you to wake up? You were such a good friend to this dude that what? He also just hung out for 9 years? So does that mean we're better friends than him and Kaz? I doubt that. That's Big Boss, by the way. The only thing that... Okay, this also could have played into why you're voiced by Kiefer Sutherland.
Need a little pick-me-up?
You're not Boss, who's voiced by David Hayter. I think people would have figured it out. That's probably why. They would have figured it out too quick. But the fact that you're not Big Boss and you're Medic, you're the guy who, as far as I know, opened up Paz. And that guy's voiced by Kiefer Sutherland. So that for me would have been interesting if that would have been David Hayter still and you would have been Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah, there was never a man on fire fight, really. Like, the whole point of this game, though, is revenge. Skullface was all about revenge. Even Code Talker was about revenge at some point. Cypher's always been about getting back at you. Quiet has a revenge story. Kaz has revenge. Ocelot's the only person not out for revenge, by the way. Yes, thank you. My men are still, even though this is the beginning of the game, my men are out there destroying sheds full of gas masks and body armors. Oh, machine gun failed. Wow.
This way, boss. Hurry.
And this is why he wasn't in the ambulance when we woke up.
Use that bike. It's tuned up and ready to go.
Leather jacket. There's the real Big Boss. Is that Eva's?
I'll handle the rest. That's your name as of today. You best change your face, too. Now this one, he'll take your place. From here on, he's Snake. He believes it, too. My very own Phantom, huh? Boss, the whole world wants your head. Don't worry. He can handle it. Move now. Quickly. We'll meet again. Right.
Will we? Will they? It's unclear. And there's the truth.
No time for anesthetic. We have to open her now.
Now that's what they withheld from you in Ground Zeroes. Was you jumping in front of him. Is this after Quiet left?
Now do you remember who you are? What you were meant to do?
From here on out, you're Big Boss.
Storytellers ride a fine line of withholding information. However, they're withholding something we technically already know. It just really depends on if you played Metal Gear, if you played Metal Gear 2, and or if you like most of us, my age, didn't. Metal Gear Solid would have been the first one we would have had access to, or most likely Metal Gear Solid 2, or slash the Twin Snakes. You know, maybe you played Metal Gear Solid and Metal Gear Solid 2, right? And then you looked into the history and then Wikipedias and all that stuff, or maybe it was like I don't know, it wouldn't surprise me if there was a Game Pro magazine or something before the internet was really like as good as it was with giving information, that you found out in Metal Gear, you, as Snake, killed Big Boss, and then Metal Gear 2, Big Boss shows up again, and you find out, oh, you didn't. This just bridges that gap. It just tells you the story of Venom Snake, which is involving the parasites, another Metal Gear, but in a way, this game stands all on its own, and you could have just not had Eli, not had Psycho Mantis, and not had Volgin, and the game would play out the same. If your ultimate goal is to bridge the gap, that's the key. If this was just a story on its own, to just tell a story of Venom Snake getting a group of people together, then that's fine. But if you wanted to bridge it, it should have been about Snake putting together the team that you specifically fight in Metal Gear. The only thing that doesn't make sense is how the fuck does Revolver Ocelot get on Liquid's team? See, that's another reason why if Liquid wasn't a part of this game, then it would make more sense that Eli / Liquid will allow Ocelot on his team because he doesn't know who he is. But the fact that he actually has some history begs the question, why the fuck would Eli or Liquid allow Revolver to become a part of his team? Which hopefully maybe the wiki will talk about. See where this drops us. Here we go. Outer Heaven. Is this when Diamond Dogs becomes Outer Heaven? Okay, and I can do this. I can't actually pause. We got Olympics, game boycotted. Okay, Eli establishes his Kingdom of the Flies. 1991. I was born. Liquid and Solid are sent to the battlefield. What the fuck does that mean? Yeah, so again, I'm curious to see what happens there. While commanding Special Force, okay, 95. While commanding Special Forces Unit Foxhound from a position in the U.S. military, Big Boss establishes the fortified military. Oh, okay. While commanding a Special Forces Unit Foxhound. See, and that's what I'm wondering. It's like, does your guy just become a bad guy at some point? And then, yeah, Solid Snake is sent in and squashes it, which is Metal Gear. Zanzibar land disturbance. Solid Snake kills Big Boss, but the Patriots revive him and conceal his comatose body. That's Venom. So revive him and conceal his comatose body is just Venom Snake. Oh god, that's terrible. Venom goes through much more than fucking Big Boss ever actually seemed to really go through. There we go. Shadow Moses. Deaths of Master Miller. Donald Anderson, second. And then Solid and Hal establish Philanthropy, an anti-Metal Gear NGO. 2007 Manhattan Tanker Incident. That should be Metal Gear Solid 2. Oh no, sorry. Big Shell Incident. That's Metal Gear Solid 2. And then SOP, Hungary Revises. And then Guns of the Patriots Incident. Yeah. Metal Gear Solid 4. Deaths of Ocelot and Eva. Yep. Big Mama. Big Boss kills Zero. Kind of. Does he? He just kind of brings him up on a wheelchair. Oh, does he pull his life support out or some shit? And then Big Boss falls. And then Big Boss kills over, by the way. There you go. Spoiler alert. Which we'll see in Metal Gear Solid 4. Oh, I can't wait to get to Metal Gear Solid 4. Metal Gear Solid 4, but... Whereas this was, 17 parts, I think? 17th part being the final.
What was it all for? If the
and being
boss has
gameplay?
some plan, what is it?
The real Big Boss is working separately from us to create his new nation. Something created to maintain world balance. Independent of the struggles for supremacy, for personal profit, the cycles of revenge between countries. It'll be an army, all right, but more. Big Boss is building a nation. Oh. The Phantom carries on his legend, his meme. That is Big Boss's plan.
So that's the way it is. 9 years ago, I thought everything had been taken from me.
But now I really have lost it all. Big Boss can go to hell. I'll make the Phantom and his son stronger to send him there. For that, I'll keep playing my role.
Sooner or later, there will be only one boss. There's only room for one boss. His sons are fated to face each other someday, too. If the day ever comes that you go back to Cypher, I'll aid the other son. And then you and I will be enemies, too. One of us will have to kill the other.
Fine by me. Until then, we'd better get used to coexisting.
Okay. Spunky platypus. Nice. Holy shit. Oh my god. Holy balls. I gotta listen to all that shit. Alright, so we're gonna watch this real quick. This is the unfinished. This motherfucker's holding LMGs sideways? I don't... Whatever. Yeah, having Psycho Mantis on his side makes him a force. This is where I'll give a speech, father. I'm going to get into this mech now. Now this is what's interesting, because they tried to make it a point to say that the Metal Gear wouldn't act as a weapon. It's like it's not operable as a weapon, but I wonder if that means, like, this Metal Gear doesn't look like it's even meant to fire nukes. It's got a railgun, a flamethrower dick.
I knew you'd be through here.
You're not a kid anymore. You can call your own shots. But at this rate, you'll be dead before you have a chance.
I'm free to die however I wish. Yes. Free.
Fuck is he on about?
I will kill you!
Is he just straight up upset that he's a clone? Like, I don't know, battle ensues between the man version of Alien and Line Force at the time. That's probably not how that battle would have actually turned out. It would have been probably just like it was before, me against it. That looks like a dope battle, but probably would not have been at all. And we took Metal Gear back once more. I don't know, cutscene looks like it's like 80% complete. I give yourself some credit. 30%? Come on. You can see where it's not complete. Oh, y'all can't hit shit. Oh no, throw it back. Quick, RB. Oh. Oh, so that's what happens. He's just firing in a somewhat panic to save himself. Shit like this is hard when you know it's like, yeah, but no, we know he lives. Goes on to become an asshole. I think when they speak, their mouth doesn't move.
He'll be all right. The vest took the bullet. Get him on the chopper. We'll patch him up at base.
Boss, he's showing symptoms. Huh? What?
I was created by Cypher. And I was the flaw. My fate was written in my genes. I'm the loser. I'm just a copy of you.
Yeah, that's correct. Get over it, bitch. Also, you're technically a super soldier.
Destroy my father. Destroy you. I'll kill all of Cypher. I'll destroy your precious world.
Dude, that kid...
There's nothing you can do for him now.
Island's completely contaminated. Orders are to use napalm to sanitize.
Sanitize every square inch. You're one hell of a soldier.
I will kill you!
That's right. Don't blame yourself. Blame me.
Come with me, pizza. That's what that looked like. Look like Peter Pan. Nice.
Not yet. It's not over yet.
So yeah, that's all it would have done. It would have just bridged that gap. So like this game could have easily stood without Eli, no problem. But it's nice for fans of the series to see young Liquid and then Psycho Mantis, and that's essentially establishing how they met. Like, okay, cool. It's like obviously I think Kojima wanted that for the fans. Everything I said earlier still stands. It's like it's just Venom's story. That's it. How he came to amass an army. When I get back around to it, the next thing in the Metal Gear series will be the wiki. Okay, let's wrap this up. I got a couple notes. Because I also this is not the wiki, it's just the last of the cassettes we're going to listen to, but I also looked up some wiki anyways, just to get some answers, and then went down that rabbit hole. My main question is, when did Venom listen to that last cassette? And has he known from the beginning that he is not Big Boss? Did get confirmation on, it's still not clear how he went over, but yes, according to the wiki, Big Boss does go to start Outer Heaven. Then Big Boss becomes the leader of Foxhound. He sends Snake in thinking he wouldn't succeed. And after I read that, I remembered I had read that before. Because it's been so long since I've looked up extended lore and stuff like that. Big Boss sent Snake, who was a member of Foxhound before Liquid, thinking he just wouldn't succeed. He sent him to Outer Heaven thinking he wouldn't succeed, and he did. But it's not clear how Venom wound up at Outer Heaven, so I don't know if Big Boss like called on him and was like, hey, go to Outer Heaven, I got a dude who's coming, and then I need you to beat his ass. And he wins. Solid Snake does. At some point, Liquid does end up heading up Foxhound, and then Ocelot joins. Now he joins under the name Revolver, so in this movie he's not, they obviously give him the title Revolver Ocelot, but I don't think anybody knows him as Revolver. He's just Ocelot. So Eli/Liquid grows up, the aging of Ocelot. I could buy that, where you don't remember that's him, but that is a weird kind of potential hole, which is like, would you not remember a dude who, if you have such a vendetta against your father, even though they go on to call themselves Sons of the Big Boss, which is weird, I know you'd remember a dude who used a revolver. Maybe with Ocelot's aging and going under the moniker Revolver, that Eli Liquid doesn't remember him as a kid, but I don't know about that. So anyways, that's what happens there. And then yeah, confirmed, Huey did kill Strangelove. He killed her because he did put his son in the cockpit of a Metal Gear. And she didn't like that, sent him off to America, and then Huey got upset and did that. So yes, Huey is an asshole. And I actually also forgot, Otacon does talk about his dad in Metal Gear Solid 2. Completely forgot. I was a little bit, I'll say, I won't say too young, but young enough to not really, and I didn't know Metal Gear as I did at some point. It was real fresh, because I played Metal Gear Solid 2. I never played, Metal Gear Solid 2 was like one of my first Metal Gears I actually played. So didn't know about the world, didn't know any of that, and that would have been so long ago that I didn't remember that Otacon talks about his dad, and some of the stuff that happened. Oh, also a lot of creators are talking about, of the game are talking about, oh, the real final ending to this is the nuclear, when all players disband their nukes. There's a cutscene that's supposed to trigger. They're trying to say that that's also the true ending of the game. That's not an ending of the game because that's not real. I don't even want to call that an ending. That's just a cutscene that plays to say, like, congratulations, you guys all, like, got rid of your nuclear weapons. But that's not an ending to the game because guess what? Nuclear weapons still exist in the future game. So that's kind of fucking stupid, them trying to...
Boss, how are you back on your feet so quickly?
Let's finish this bitch up.
There's a non-smoking ward.
Boss.
If I listened to everything the doctor said, I'd probably die in here. No point waking up after 9 years for that.
Well, having you out of that bed makes things a little easier.
Bad news, huh?
Things are looking worse.
Go on.
They found out about you waking up, and the man on fire picked this time to wake up too. We'll have to move forward ahead of schedule. Miller already has the preparations underway. We'll have to wake up your neighbor too. He's experienced all your missions on record and shares all your knowledge and experience to make him believe that he is the one true big boss. No one around him will doubt that he's the big boss they know.
So when does he listen to the cassette tape?
Real big boss or a stand-in? What does that mean to him? Nothing. The human brain is capable of many illusions, of pain, of the future. What happens from here depends on his skill. You can vouch for that.
He was always the best man we had. And you?
I'll be right by his side.
Can you keep it up? It's a hell of a lie.
It won't be a lie. I won't know his secret either. I'll believe that he's the real big boss. I'll have no conscious knowledge of you. Where's the lie in that?
Self-hypnosis.
That's dumb.
When the time is right, I need to remember that you're the real boss. In a world, it's double think.
In this year,
2 + 2 = 5. And I want you to do the same.
Right. His bodyguard?
Correct.
I want to see his face again.
All right, John. I've never forgotten you in these 9 years, but I have to forget you now.
Adam, I'm counting on you.
How long between that recording and waking up? Didn't they just say? So between this tape and my character waking up, which I assume is a couple weeks, because he wakes up in the bed and then it tells you, oh, 3 days since you awoke, 2 weeks since you awoke. In that time, Otacon was able to hypnotize himself into belief. Also, Otacon has fucking trank training. He has an extremely strong mind and is a strong soldier. You're telling me he's subject to, though, like he's what's the term? He can succumb to hypnosis and forget already? That sounds like bullshit.
What's up?
About the 1972 project. Les Enfants Terribles.
You never did like the French.
All that Catherine the Great aristocratic pompousness gets to me, that's all. Palace talk. They can keep it.
Les enfants terribles.
Your sons.
They're no sons of mine. And they're sure as hell not me.
Just a bunch of cells grown in a lab? Well, Zero doesn't think so. Eva doesn't either. To them, those boys are your clones. They're you, down to the last hair.
Yes. And?
The first boys were raised free range, like we thought. Both of them. David has never left the States, but the other, Eli, has disappeared. Might as well call it abandoned. They're through with him.
Where is he?
He was in England, Zero's home ground. Apparently he traveled to Africa after that, but that's where he escaped from Zero's care, if he is alive. What's the plan?
I have nothing to say to him. Treat him like a human being, just another person.
Which one is he?
On the right.
And the left?
We did just as you instructed.
Oh, okay.
Has either of them awoken?
Neither of them, no.
That was actually something I wasn't clear on either until just now. So Snake himself also was out for a while. So did they just happen to wake up at the same time? Or did they induce Snake into a coma and then woke up? That's actually very unclear.
4 hours, we move all of their muscles, subject them to load. They're stable, but eventually...
Yes, of course.
Huh.
We've done everything we can to ensure they're ready to move. Should they wake up. How long will they be here?
Indefinitely. It's too dangerous to move them. And so far, no one knows they're here.
I see.
I am most grateful to you. And I need you to keep it up.
We'll do everything we can.
Can you give us a moment? Jack? Can you hear me? I went to a lot of trouble bringing you here. Here where no one will find you. Still, the Ocelot's on guard duty, just in case. Maybe knowing that will help you sleep better. I had no intention of coming, but this could be my last chance. If you'd just come to see me first. Do you remember the last time I visited you in hospital? Our first mission together. After the boss threw you in that river. Broke your arm. I never told you this, but I had another team at my disposal back then, with a very special man leading it. Maybe he didn't like the arrangement. In any case, this man, he seems to have done something to me. Which is why I'm quite sick myself. Up here.
Which, that's something I wanted to comment on. That's kind of interesting slash not impressive, but whatever, in terms of Skullface said, I gave you a little bit of time. But it's like, yeah, you gave him till, I don't know. I mean, his living conditions are shitty, but I don't remember when Metal Gear Solid 4 takes place, but he's alive in Metal Gear Solid 4 in a wheelchair. So he lasts a long time.
There's nothing they can do. I always was the forgetful type, as you know. I'm all right for now, but they say it's a one-way street.
Like, dude lives for like another...
If you don't wake up soon,
what,
I won't
40
remember
years?
you when you do. I don't mind about myself, but what he did to you, I can never forgive. I've sent him to Africa, and I doubt he's coming back. Jack, once your little holiday here is over, I probably won't be around. I'll be somewhere even you can't find me. A tombstone chiseled into the code of a machine. That is all I leave to mark my existence. Wake up soon, old friend.
Okay. I don't have much more to say. It was just kind of is what it is. Hey, we had some cassettes to listen to. I still stand on, I think, some of the vocal cord parasite stuff. And it feels like it just falls apart because, again, this game only exists because of the vocal cord parasite as a plot line. I'd be very curious to see how they would pull this off without that. But phenomenal gameplay especially. It's got the whole Metal Gear thing to it. I don't know if I've ever looked up if there's anything else hidden, because I will say, challenge tasks, I kind of was thinking, achieved 100, an Intel tapes played rate of 100%. So we've officially listened to every Intel tape. There is no more Intel tapes to listen to. As for the main LP, that is the end to the story of Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain, and I will see you in the prequel to, yes, Metal Gear Solid, when we read the wiki. Or at least brief parts of the wiki to kind of catch up and maybe make some sense of stuff. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the wiki read. Doses.